First off, we have Steve Meyer, our center fielder here, who had a big day, and then the Bulldog Grayson Stewart, senior right-handed pitcher for us. Just what there's obviously a lot of things pitching, a lot of things offensively that happen, but maybe our best performance that we've had in my time here defensively. Some diving plays, over-the-shoulder plays, simple plays, hitting the guy in the chest on play, just everything that you work on, and it all came to fruition in a game. And obviously the tone, I think, was set by Sean Darnell in the first batter of the game on the 2-1 fastball away, kind of hard one-hop. Obviously the field's playing incredibly fast. And so, to make that play, I think it set a tone for the whole night, to be quite frank. And so, just a great performance from the guys. ODU obviously battled their butts off. They gave us, all 5 times we played them were intense games, but that's just the nature of it in this league. And so, just excited that we get an opportunity to play again early tomorrow morning. We've certainly gotten up early many times this week, so it'll be nothing new for us.
All right, open for questions.
David Fager, WSFA. You talked about setting the tone, scoring 4 in the first there. How important is that in an elimination game?
I think it's important in any game. I think for us, what we really needed to do was we need to take great convicted swings. And Blake had said 1-2 HBP, which is something that he's certainly done many times. And then Steve goes 440 to right. It just set a tone. We felt like we had a good game plan on him. We had done well against Wright back when we were on our 12-day roadie over in Virginia. And so came out, and then they kind of stuffed us for a while. We had runners on, we had opportunities, but then finally we got weird and we executed some steal game, bunt game, 2-out hits, just a lot of things we kind of unveiled. And that's what got us the big separation, and certainly a little bit of fortune in there too. But we certainly earned it on the offensive side by the way we went about all of our at-bats.
Coach, players, Scott Kirk, WDAM TV. You guys now get the rematch with Southern Miss. Obviously, you guys played them to close out the regular season. What's kind of the motivation there for you guys, as well as progressing the tournament?
There's certainly ample motivation that we have for a variety of things, but our mission since Wednesday night was get to Saturday. You get to Saturday, things can happen, and so we just wanted that opportunity, and we certainly earned it by what we did the last couple days. We'll meet later tonight with the team, and we'll unveil some new things that we're going to do and figure it all out. But mission accomplished in the first part of it, but like in any series of missions, there's going to be more things we're going to have to do to win against a team that's probably hotter than anyone in college baseball.
Players?
Yeah, he hits it on the head every time. Mission was to get to Saturday, now we're at Saturday, and now it's mission is to get to Sunday. So the main thing has always been the main thing. We're going to win tomorrow, game 1, early.
You guys have run into the tournament before, obviously in years past, played a bunch of times. What do you say about just Coach Oz's teams?
Well, I think the world of all the coaches that have been before. I think back as a player with Corky Palmer, and then Coach Barry, who was one of the greatest people ever, and then Oz is just the same way and such an elite coach. And what their whole staff, Coach Creel, has done with those guys offensively. They're just well coached. There's winning DNA that's been ingrained in that program for a long time. But it's what you want. If you're somebody that enjoys the act of competing, which all of our guys and all of our coaches and all of our support staff enjoy doing, you have to go through the best of the best. So we get that chance tomorrow, and it's just it's an exciting thing that we'll get to do. If we can do things at our highest level, I'm excited to see where the chips are going to fall late in the game.
Coach Grayson's performance today, going 7 innings strong, I think 7 strikeouts as well. How impressive was it from your vantage point?
It'd be impressive on an obviously surface level, what we needed, what we haven't potentially got in the past, all these different things. But I think what makes it the best, and we talked about this as a team before the game, sometimes struggle makes success better, right? I think, and I could be off, I think he gave up 4 or 5 hits in that second inning. It was not his best inning, but he grinded through and then became his best. And to me, it's one thing to just roll in a game, but I thought it was just completely emblematic of what Stu has been since we got here. He was an absolute warrior for us through the most games our first year in 22. There's certainly a lot of doubters about him becoming a starter, and then he's runner-up for pitcher of the year, all conference in 23. Goes through some struggles in 24, but when you dove in the numbers, you go, this guy actually pitched really well. We would take his strikeout to walk, his strike percentage, all these things. He just had some damage that was unfortunate. right? And then, for him to do what he did today when we needed it the most, I couldn't be more proud of him. And we put him out there because we needed a Bulldog, and thankfully on our team we have one, and he went out and did it.
And Grayson, for you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think today you hit the 250 strikeout mark for your career 5th pitcher in Troy history. So just what does that mean, and then what was working so well for you today, especially after that 2nd inning?
Yeah, no, it means the world to me. This place, Troy, it means the world to me too. Just the relationships that I've made, the person that it's made me become. Troy Baseball, I'm indebted to it forever. It's just kind of a testament to the way that I've worked and the way that the coaches have trusted me, allowing me to go out there, and then just today, trusting me to give me the ball, and then trusting me when I did give up some hits, give up some runs early to continue to roll me out there and allow me to settle in and just continue to compete.
And then, Coach, for you, you kind of alluded to it yesterday, the 4-2 win. How nice was it to kind of see the team start to click on all cylinders?
I was certainly a fan of it. It's never going to be easy. One thing that we're going to have to do, we got to find another married guy on our team to pitch tomorrow. I'm not sure where we're going to go with that. Some people are going to have to get to work quick. I tell you, I've had 2 married pitchers, and both those guys were awesome. One was an All-American and a big leaguer, and then Stu here. So we got to get some more of those. But look, we just played a great game. We did, and so I just want, as a coach, you just want guys to optimize their compete and their focus. And when they do that, you can live with it. And a guy like Stu. I got on Steve the other day. There were some things that we thought he could do better. Like, you actually you're just proud when guys can take coaching and not be sensitive and just go, you know what, I can elevate myself. Maybe there's an extra % that I don't know. And, both these guys he had it in the game today. He had it a couple days ago, and they elevated themselves. And that's all credit to players. You would think someone's like, oh, that's really good coaching. It's like, no, that's just obvious. It's the player to put it into action, and that's what these guys and many of our other guys did.
And then from a player's perspective, just kind of following on that, what is it like to have a coach that really tries to get the best out of you?
It's great. We have it's a great balance between tough love and coaching and seeing stuff you don't necessarily feel versus real, and just getting the best out of his players. I'm going to try to expedite the wedding for him. I don't pitch, but I can try.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to be said for that. The fact that if your coaches trust you, you can trust them, and you want to play for them, and that's part of it. That's part of it. If you want to be a great team, if you want to excel and get the most out of yourself, you have to be able to take coaching. You have to be able to take adversity and make it better. Turn losses into lessons, learn from them, and get better. And that's the kind of team that we have. We have a team full of competitors. We have a team full of tough guys that handle things, and I think that's the reason why in an elimination game like today, your season's on the line. That's why we play one of our best games of the season. That's why guys ball out. That's why guys do the things that are small when it matters most. Is because that's the kind of guys we have.